Hello, my name is Kamuela Enos. I am currently the Director of the Office of Indigenous Innovation for the Office of Research and Innovation, VUH system. I was asked to open up these next 3 days of conversation and to provide some framing. So I would really like to start with thinking about the interplay between the words culture and science, and invite listeners and participants to take in the next 3 days through that lens to understand. To me, the word culture doesn't just apply to things of the past, but applies to things of now. And the word science applies to things of the past as much as it does to things of now. And to understand that your culture intrinsically shapes your science. That your science is a manifestation of the values, the intention, and the optimization that your culture tells you to abide by. I'm not a student of contemporary science, but I was lucky enough to be raised around ancestral practitioners of ancestral things, and I understand our ancestry as a science. And there are some things that I think are really important to bring up. First, there are some truths that are really vital to this conversation about ancestral sciences. First and foremost, they have hundreds, if not thousands of years of R&D behind them. The ancestors of this place developed a system by which they could live on the most remote islands on the face of the earth and bequeath abundance. The second truth embedded within these sciences is that they optimize for regeneration rather than extraction, and they optimize for interconnectivity rather than siloing and fracturing. They're holistic by nature, and the benchmarks of your ancestry was rooted in abundance creation and sustainable communities. The third truth I think that is really vital is that the core of these practices are as important to us today as they were to our ancestors. And there is relevance and rigor attached to ancestral systems that the world is beginning to recognize and moreover hunger for. And the fourth part that I think is absolutely vital is that there are communities of practice across the Pai'aina that have been living these systems and that carry these lineage unbroken that need to be at the table in designing how their ancestral sciences are meeting contemporary needs. Where I would like to ask everyone to think about what is the point of these conversations is how do these things continue to live? How do we understand equity? How do we understand reciprocity? And how do we understand transparency when we engage ancestral systems from a strengths-based perspective, not merely as cultural practice, but as the root of a deep science that is necessary for our survival as a species, and which is currently being practiced and held by people who are living them out in communities that may not be at the table right now, but deserve a place and deserve to be recognized. I'm really excited for the opportunities that's provided by this space, and I look forward to these discussions moving forward. Mahalo nui.